And we continue now with reigning Miss California, Miss Prejean. All right, walk us through, to get into the pageants, you have to fill out applications. Walk us through the issue of the pictures and what you told them and what the rules are.
Well, there was some photos released, and I was 17 years old when this took place, when this specific photo shoot, I guess you could say, took place. I was pursuing a modeling career, was completely naive, very young. Wasn't really aware of the whole modeling industry. Right. I had taken some photos. A girlfriend took them of myself. Right. And they were for application, not for publication, like I said today. Right. Basically, I submitted them to several different agents and several different, photographers and things like that, who then, published them and released them without my knowledge.
It was, as you said today, this was for an application, right, not for a publication.
Right.
All right. And by the way, being a model, it's not a job for somebody who's, concerned about modesty. I mean, in the pageant, you have a swimsuit competition.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And I'm from California. A swimsuit for us is no big deal. And
it is for fat old guys in New York like me. You're not going to see me in a swim. Oh, go ahead.
Well, the photos that were released today, actually just hours before the press conference, they were photographs that it was a professional photo shoot, and it was held in California, and it was for a surf magazine. And I was asked before I even began the photo shoot, I said, okay, what am I going to be wearing today at this photo shoot? And he says, well, let me show you what the previous model wore last month. They feature a model every month. He showed me the girl, and she was completely topless, with barely anything on the bottom. And I immediately said, I'm sorry, I'm not able to do this job. I'm going to have to leave. And he said, well, what do you feel comfortable doing? And I specifically said, I want to be covered up. Right. I want to be covered up on the top. I want to be covered up on the bottom. He then, provided me a vest as well as full coverage bathing suit bottoms. And then I recently found out today that this professional photographer released photos of me in between, shots of me. It was very windy. I was on a cliff.
So he was sneaking shots.
He was sneaking shots, exactly. It would be just like someone sneaking a shot of me getting dressed. I mean, it's inappropriate. And
that is rule number one. You have to have trust with a photographer or a magazine.
Exactly.
Which specific photos? You said some were photoshopped. Which ones were the ones that were photoshopped? I
would have to see them right here. I know that there was 2 or 3 that were actually photoshopped from the previous photo shoot that I did with my girlfriend and I.
Right. All right. Let me ask you, to the extent that, where are you different today in terms of, because look, it's if you're going to be a model, that's what modeling is. That's what you do.
Right. And my message to any young woman who wants to enter a pageant or get into the modeling world is, when you have a contract, you don't think about, well, gee, how many photo shoots have I done? I've done hundreds of photo shoots, and I really have to think about what photographer would totally just throw me under the bus, I guess you could say, and release these photos of me. And so you really don't think about that when filling out an application. Have you ever posed nude? Of course I have never posed nude.
For example, I have no doubt your career is about to skyrocket. Victoria's Secret's one level. Okay, would you do Victoria's Secret?
Beginning modeling, that was my dream.
To do that?
To do Victoria's Secret, whether it's the pink line, which is a less more revealing, or to be a Victoria's Secret angel. I think that would be amazing. If Playboy or any of these magazines, you would say no, absolutely not. And I even got a ridiculous offer by Vivid Entertainment to do a $1 million pornographic film, which I think is ridiculous. All
right, well, let's talk a little bit about what happened at the meeting with Donald Trump today, because it went on for a long period of time, and apparently you were able to work out issues. Bring us behind the scenes. What happened today?
Well, this morning we all met with Donald Trump. I basically explained to him that I would like...
He's fun, isn't he? He's
a great guy. He really is. He really believes in empowering women, and he supports what's right. And so I basically just told him, please allow me to let my voice be heard. I would like, the Miss California organization held a press conference the day before, and they had their opportunity to let their voices be heard.
What was this miscommunication that he talked about between you and the pageant people?
Well, we haven't been communicating one way or the other. I've been dealing with, a public relations firm as well as lawyers, and they've had lawyers and things, and so we really haven't been able to communicate except for today, which I think is great, and we are very, very excited to move forward, and I'm very excited to continue being Miss California.
You've had this outpouring of support, and you reiterated your view on this controversial topic again today, and you even said that you're the most visible opponent. You're going to continue to speak out on not only that issue, but other issues that are important to you.
Well, I'm not the most vocal proponent, like I said, you know, but I am the most visible right now, just because I said a marriage is between a man and a woman.
Right.
And it's ironic to me that this is all happening because of one single answer that I gave at Miss USA.
You talked a lot about your Christian faith, about your values, and how you spent a lot of time today. It was really interesting to watch you, because I don't think a lot of people have the strength to just go out there, lay it on the line, take all the criticism, and you wanted to encourage young people. And through your faith and through these things, what do you want to say to those kids about speaking up and not backing down and not giving in to pressure? Because that's really the story that has emerged here.
Well, first of all, I want to say I'm speaking on behalf of Carrie Prejean, not of anyone of the Miss California USA organization. But basically my message to young people, to people of all ages, is to stand up for what you believe in. Don't compromise your beliefs. You know, don't be afraid of the criticism that you might get just because you stand up for what you believe in. And I think a lot of people are inspired by my story, and I'm still standing, and I'm standing strong.
Well, I agreed with you from the beginning, and you told me I was the only one that ever had the courage politically to say that.
And I appreciate that about you. Let me tell you.
I also think what they said and did to you was unconscionable and unfair and brutal and mean. Where were the feminist groups to stick up for Carrie Prejean? Where were they?
I have no idea.
Never came to your defense.
No.
Not one time. But you said there have been gay activist groups that have.
There have been, I've had thousands of letters. I mean, I get letters every single day just from people, and it's really encouraging. It's very, very encouraging to hear this. But you know, the gay community has reached out and said this isn't a representation of who we are, and so we're sorry on behalf of this individual.
What's next for you? What's the big career goal at this point?
Oh, I'm very excited to see where this all leads me. I've had so many opportunities come my way.